Hey, Maria, back with another video. It's like 12:31. I'm on my lunch break. Yeah, I'm actively looking for work, and sometimes looking for work is actually a job in and itself, you know. So I'm just treating it like I am at work while I'm looking for work. So anyway, it's my lunch break. So I wanted to make this video. Kind of talk about how, I sometimes think that people perceive me as somebody who just wants to have power or control, and I'm not really, I like that at all. But I am a woman who realizes that I'm a very special, I'm a special case, you know what I mean? When you grow up in a family like mine who basically scapegoated you, it puts you in a very awkward situation, you know. And so, based on my upbringing, my very warped upbringing, and my sense of the consequences of it that were beyond my control, it puts me in a very delicate and vulnerable situation. So, I've known for a very long time that I can only rely on myself, and so, a lot of people, they don't think about, the future, how things are going to be. And I'm well aware of, people, their behavior, their lifestyles, what they do, what they don't say, how they react, and that sort of thing. And, there's a lot of evil out there, okay? And what happened to me is a great example of it. And it's too common, so I have to take care of myself. So some people, like when, I moved a few times to start my life over again, and some people might perceive it like, what, are you seeking adventure? Are you trying to, that's not it, okay? I need to be stable. I need to have employment that's going to give me the ability to survive. Because at this point, that's what my life is about. It's about survival, okay? I did have goals in the past to be a certified public accountant, okay? What these people have done have placed me in a situation where I cannot reach my goals, okay? I'm at an age where these people have sucked up the majority of my time, with their foolishness, with their putting me in jobs and then moving me out of here and then bouncing me around, okay? Beyond my control, okay? Over something stupid. People basically took charge of my life without me having any say of it. Didn't care about what my goals were. Didn't care about what I needed. And I need it. I need to have protection, And some people, they think, well, you get married. And I brought this subject up before. Okay? I will never put myself in a position to be abused. Never. Ever. I will always try to make sure that I have some sort of protection. Because I am the kind of person that people will abuse. Okay? For the simple fact that I have already developed who I am, okay? And a lot of people, they might think it's all very well and cool, to talk and communicate with Maria, but Maria is her own person. And certain little eccentric things that I may do could irritate somebody, you know what I mean? Or whatever. Or they might feel threatened or whatever. I don't know. But whatever the case is, I've learned my lesson through the years that a person has to be self-reliant, okay? So when and a lot of targets, are very aware. They tend to be more, conscious and understanding about life in general. So whereas a lot of people, they get in this situation, they just kind of fold in on themselves, and they stop trying, and they just collapse. I don't have that option. I have to keep going forward. You know what I mean? And, I enjoy work, okay? I have literally programmed my mind through the years to be that way, okay? Because work is my main source of activity, not just a way of taking care of myself, but it's also something that I really do enjoy doing, but I have also learned to appreciate, getting up and going to work every day. And that's been through the years. I mean, it is my main activity, and it's my one way of getting outside and doing things. Okay, so it's more than just gaining a paycheck. It's just something that number one, I do have to have it. Okay, it is a requirement for my life. And I'm going to with the realization of what happened to me, I'm thinking, okay, how long can a person like me survive? What happened to me is a tragedy, to say the least. Someone in my age group, for this to happen, is tragic. It's tragedy. And other people, they don't think about it. They don't think about, they're not that far thinking, you know what I mean? Whereas I am. I understand that if this is not in place, then this, and this. There's an order to everything, And, it's unfortunate. But, I'm not going to call her my mother-in-law because she's not shit to me. But, Joel's mother, decided to manipulate things, okay? It's not her place to do that, okay? Didn't matter to her what I needed to do. It was just, this is what she wants. I don't give a shit what she wants. And it's not, she has no right, And this, I'm not bringing them up, okay? But my point is that this is the sort of stuff that happens to a lot of people. A lot of people. And it's not what drives me is, I do have an active mind, okay? A very active mind. And I like things that are business oriented. I mean, I do, And when I'm at work, my mind is satisfied with the tasks that are around me, and I tend to get more involved in things, because I enjoy that sort of thing. I have a mind that doesn't shut off. Like, last night I was thinking about how screwed up everything is in this country, right? And because that little thing was going on in my mind, it took me a long time to fall asleep. I don't think I fell asleep till like 4 o'clock this morning. Then I got up, I think around maybe close to 10, I think, maybe 9 or 10, something like that. But yeah, my mind is something that it's an overactive mind. You know what I mean? I'm constantly thinking and picking things apart, and analyzing things and that sort of thing. So when I'm at work, it gives me a sense of being, normal. It maintains, it gives me, it calms me down, okay? So work for me is many things, And I'm not the kind of person, I'm not, now, do I think that I belong to management? I would say, yeah, I did. You know what I mean? These people have made it very difficult for me to progress further into my goals. And the reason why I believe that I belong to management is because my skills seem to be correct. I understand people. I'm great at communicating things. I like training people. I like teaching people. I like motivating people, and I set a positive tone. That is, of course, if I'm not being stalked, okay? And people aren't bringing in bullshit into the workplace. But I enjoy accounting. I do. I enjoy it, and I enjoy working with numbers, and I enjoy my work. I enjoy it. I like it. And some people will say, well, how is it possible that you can, be artistic? And I think I've explained this before. The thing is that, when you hire a gifted person, this is not bragging, it's just the fact, okay? You tend to have more talent than, average people. You do. And also, I will also say that another contributing factor is the fact that, I don't allow myself to get distracted with what most people get involved in. Like, they watch a lot of TV, they're on Facebook 24 hours a day, they do certain things, or they get involved with the activities of what another person thinks they should be doing. Okay? I let myself flow freely and expand myself to do the things that I like to do. I would not say I'm a proficient sewer. Like, I like sewing. I do. I enjoy sewing. It's a fun thing to do. Because I do like clothes, and I like certain patterns, certain fabrics, you know what I mean? certain colors, and oftentimes they're not available in the store, so then that motivates me to just go out and make something myself, But other than that, I've never worked with like crinoline or like lace or anything like that. I've seen some people turn out some really nice like Renaissance type gowns or wedding gowns or something like that. So I'm not an experienced sewer. I'm a person who makes like basic clothing, like maybe a shirt for work or a regular casual type outfit is what I basically make. And I keep it real basic, and so I'm not an expert sewer. Some people can design their own patterns, and I have made a few. I have made my own patterns before. Basically, I've made some like dress patterns and skirt patterns, but when you really get down to it, compared to like an expert sewer, I would say that that's pretty mediocre. Compared, and I do like arts and crafts. I do. I like having my own things around me. Of course, I do have nice taste. Like if I had the money, I would think something nice. Buying something from a nice, expensive type gallery would be great, but that's not what I have. And I'm the kind of person I can deal with it. But I also like to reflect my own ideas and my own feeling, my own vibe. You know what I mean? So I'm in tune with that. But the truth is, I enjoy business. And some people say, well, start your own business. I don't have a product to sell. I don't have a product to sell. Sell your own art. Okay, I look at my art compared to a lot of other people. I have to be honest with myself, okay? Like I said, my art is cute. But I've seen other people who make felt crafts that are far better than mine. And that's not putting myself down. It's just the truth, okay? So compared to other artists, I would say that I am, kind of, an amateur? An amateur. Yeah, that's a good word for it. So, yeah. So my need to get ahead is basically not even to get ahead at this point. It's just about survival, plain and simple. You know what I mean? But I do want to enjoy my job. And, and I can enjoy a job that's not necessarily a manager role, but I would say that my personality fits well into management for the simple fact that number one, I understand the guidelines of the law. I would be a fair and ethical manager. You know what I mean? And I understand workflow. I understand organizational structure, and I understand laws. But see, that I often wonder, is that appreciated in this day and age? Has it ever been appreciated? You know what I mean? Because when I look around, sometimes it seems like it's not, and hopefully maybe one day that'll change, because the situation is right now where we have all these targeted individuals and stuff like that are going on, and there's a lot of corruption that goes on in the workplace, and it's unfortunate, and I would say ignorance as well. But, I believe in keeping things on the up and up and, doing things the correct way. How about that? But anyway, it's not about, obtaining prestige or anything like that. It's about a woman who's on her own, who's very well aware of it, okay? And I can't trust people. I cannot trust people at all, especially after what happened to me. I will never trust another person again, And so think of it from my point of view. Think of it for the target individuals who are watching this, think of it from, you can probably relate, because oftentimes you're in the same situation. But I'm a woman who has to take care of herself, and I will never let somebody take care of me, because I only look at that as a form of them trying to hurt me or abuse me. And that's, you look at life based on your experiences. You know what I mean? And I had Joel, not to bring him up, but the thing is, here's a man who contributed very little. What he did contribute, he basically used on his own shit, okay? So basically he contributed nothing when you think about it, okay? Since he used the money that he gave me. Here's a man who did nothing and felt as though he had some sort of sense of entitlement, okay? So how much more would a man who had money try to run over my ass? I don't think so. You know what I mean? I just don't think so. And because I think the way that I do, and obviously I'm right, you know what I mean? I'm a woman who needs to take care of herself. I need to be protected, you know? And so I don't trust people. I don't trust anyone anymore. And rightfully so, you know? So I have to take care of myself. And that's the main issue. You know? I think I think a lot of people don't understand that, you know, but it's unfortunate. You know, everybody should be able to find the kind of work that they want to do that brings them the most joy. Because if you don't like what you're doing, it's going to reflect, and it's no point in working for a job. It's not good for the employer. It's not good for you to do a job that you don't like. You know what I mean? And when people choose your job, then that's horrible, because like you don't really feel like a sense of love for the job, and you don't want to do anything. You just want to do the most you can do to get the job done. You know what I mean? And instead of giving your very best, you're just kind of getting by. And sadly, I often wonder, like when I look at the situation, it's like there's a lot of people who are just getting by. They don't really appreciate how things are supposed to be, and they're their way for a reason. And that's my biggest issue. That is my biggest issue. They're there for a reason. And when you ignore those laws, when you ignore those sort of things, this is the sort of thing that happens, you know? So anyway, I think my lunch break is almost over. I got like 3 minutes left on this video. I'm a little confused, you know, how other people think. Because there's a lot of people who don't seem to think about their future, okay? But when this whole thing started happening, the only thing I could think about is, this is my future. This is my everything I've been working for. Everything that I cared about. You know what I mean? And people are dictating it like it was nothing. Like my life was just some sort of game that they could play with. And I find it extremely disturbing mentally and everything else. You can't do that. You know what I mean? There's reasons why you can't do that. And you know what I mean? No, I've never been the kind of person that was really boastful about what I did for a living. I don't even think anybody ever knew. I never talked about it. Just my main source of income. You know what I mean? It's just something you have to do, but it was something that I did enjoy. I did enjoy it until, of course, the mobbings and stuff like that started happening, and this kind of crazy action started taking place. But other than that, you know, I enjoy work. You know, I enjoy, you know, the work environment if it's not, you know, corrupted. I enjoy my morning coffee, you know, behind my desk. I'm the kind of person, I feel comfortable behind a desk. I do. Now, some people say, well, you know, you're colorful, you're vibrant, you need to be doing something more lively. I'm not lively like that. I mean, I do like to be, you know, silly. I do have a great sense of humor. I think my jokes are funny, okay? If you don't get it, I don't know what to tell you. But, yeah, my jokes are great. But anyway, you know, I feel comfortable behind a computer. I do. I really do. I feel comfortable there. That's where I've been for the longest time, and that's what I'm comfortable doing, you know? And, you know, I would not want to work directly with the public. I would feel very uncomfortable doing that, you know what I mean? Especially after being targeted. I certainly wouldn't want to do something like that, you know? I'm the kind of person, I know who I am on the inside. And what happens when people are making decisions for you, they're basing it on assumption. Or, you know, oh, she's colorful, she's lively, she likes art, she does this, she should do this, she should do that. They don't know who I am. And I don't tell my plans to people. I don't share that with anybody. Because no one, I felt, was not, you know, in a position to know everything about me. You know what I mean? But I know what I want, and I know what I need. And I need the security of my computer. You know, I like sitting at a desk, behind the desk. I like doing my work, you know what I mean? And I like